Hello, this is Andy Caldwell. I'm here to talk to you about the fact that anarchists are hijacking the Black Lives Matter movement. All of America is grieving in righteous anger as a result of the death of George Floyd. Accordingly, I support bringing the cops who were involved to trial while avoiding trying them in the court of public opinion. Meanwhile, I hope that all Americans would support peaceful demonstrations against police misconduct while maintaining respect for all the good cops who risk their lives for us on a daily basis. Now, some pundits have speculated that had we listened to Colin Kaepernick, then maybe George Floyd's life could have been spared. I disagree. Whereas Colin Kaepernick's bended knee was in itself a nonviolent form of protest, his protest did not and will not produce any more change than will looting and rioting. Why? These protests failed to focus on the core problems affecting inner cities, including a never-ending cycle of poverty, failed schools, violence, and abortion. That is, the poverty comes from broken families and failed public schools. 90% of the violence emanates not from abusive cops, but fellow residents. And finally, the authentic genocide facing blacks in America stems from astronomical abortion rates, meaning the black population in America has fallen below replacement rates of reproduction, a self-repudiation of the values of black lives. The solution? We need better role models, civic leaders, ministers, and politicians, because the people in charge are failing miserably. We need role models that will demonstrate stable family constructs. We need to listen to the civic and religious leaders who support family, spiritual, economic, and cultural revitalization. With respect to politicians, the poorest of America keep electing representatives, all cut from the same cloth, such as Maxine Waters and Nancy Pelosi, and nothing ever gets better. Now let us consider the existential threat presented by Antifa, an armed militia of mostly Caucasian anarchists in training. Antifa is exploiting Mr. Floyd's loss of life and the abysmal living conditions in inner cities, including economic stagnation. They have hijacked the tragedy of Mr. Floyd's death as they would a plane to crash it into the economic, social, religious, and political institutions of our land, a la 9/11. Truthfully, we are in the throes of a civil guerrilla war. Those anarchists and terrorists have no genuine empathy for George Floyd or any other black life. Their goal is to foment murder and mayhem, including killing cops, black cops included, business owners, and innocent bystanders in order to further their cause. Why else would they vandalize the Lincoln Memorial? And who would vandalize the Lincoln Memorial in the cause of Black Lives Matter? Antifa's plan is to foment widespread and catastrophic destruction in order to demonstrate power and to inspire fear. Their plan is to exploit the anger, idleness, and hopelessness of some 40 million people in America who are now out of work, especially the people living in America's inner cities. President Trump was making headway in raising these communities up via policies that helped create millions of jobs, and he initiated justice reform. But now disparate movements have taken advantage of the coronavirus shutdown, along with the death of George Floyd, to advance their specific goals and agendas. Namely, socialists who want government control of our lives and our economy, globalists who want the end of independent nation states in the name of a better world order, and anarchists, those who promote the end of civil society, law, and order. As for their fellow travelers, including progressives and Black Lives Matters, well, they're simply useful pawns in this deconstruction project. The catastrophes emanating from California's unique and inordinately long virus shutdown and the riots, coupled with the 1 million jobs lost via AB 5, the law which eliminated most contractor jobs in the state, means that California will be the last state in the union to recover. And as usual, the people in our inner cities will be the last of the last to recover if they ever manage to do so. That is, if America as a whole survives the war upon us. This is Andy Caldwell. I'm running for Congress. I paid for and authorized this message. Please visit my campaign website, andycaldwell2020.com. Thank you.